Research is a process that results into the product, called as discovery. Discovery-oriented research is considered as an input-process-output-based pragmatic approach to obtaining a PhD in the domain of science and technology. Nonetheless, it can be applied to any domain or area of research. Following is the 8-point framework of research. 1. Literature review. 2. Opportunity identification. 3. Hypothesis formulation. 4. Solution analysis. 5. Solution design. 6. Solution implementation. 7. Hypothesis testing. 8. Documentation.
Repeat and revise. Following is the 8-point framework of research. 1. Literature review. 2. Opportunity identification. 3. Hypothesis formulation. 4. Solution analysis. 5. Solution design. 6. Solution implementation. 7. Hypothesis testing. 8. Documentation.
The first phase is literature review. In fact, the very research idea when occurs first, originates with some study or reference to the literature. Hence, this phase is the first and foremost phase, and runs parallel to every other phase. It is an integral phase of the whole research process, that encompasses all the other phases. Input to this phase is the area of interest under investigation. The processing main action verb is explore. And the output from this phase is opportunity if applied to the second phase, or hypothesis, or design pattern, or prototype, or discovery, or thesis, depending upon to which phase the review of literature is applied. Thus, this phase encompasses all the other phases of research process. The second phase is opportunity identification. We follow an optimistic approach to research-oriented discovery with positive note of identifying the opportunity for research, rather than looking at it as a problem. Thus, input to this phase is a clearly spelled out area of interest. Process action is exploring the area of interest. And the output is tentative title of the PhD dissertation that will unearth some knowledge. The third phase is hypothesis formulation. In this phase, a hypothesis is formulated based upon the output of the previous phase. Thus, the input to this phase is tentative title of the PhD thesis. The process is to further explore and review of the literature on the title. And the output is a confirmed title and index of the PhD dissertation. The fourth phase is solution analysis. The opportunity spelled out in terms of the title of PhD thesis normally consists of several components of a hypothesis. So, for each of these components, an analysis is carried out in this phase to confirm the feasibility of a solution. Thus, the input to this phase is hypothesis component. The process is hypothesis component analysis to explore the feasibility of the solution. And the output is confirmed hypothesis component. The fifth phase is solution design. The hypothesis component that has been confirmed after analysis is considered here for design. Thus, the input to this phase is hypothesis component. The process is actual solution development. And the output of this phase is a concrete design pattern that can be implemented. The sixth phase is solution implementation. In this phase, the design pattern is converted into a prototype. The main action verbs here are implement and synthesize. Thus, the input to this phase is a design pattern. The process action verb is synthesize. And the output from this phase shall be a prototype. The seventh phase is hypothesis testing. Recall that the hypothesis has been specified having 2 to 3 components. For each individual component, the analysis is carried out, the design is made and prototype is built. The component prototype is used in this phase to test the hypothesis component. Thus, the input to this phase is a prototype. The process is validation of the hypothesis. And the output shall be that discovery. The eighth phase of the research process is documentation. Although it is mentioned at the last phase, it is an integral part of the entire process. And wherever it is needed to jot down something, it's documentation. The output of this phase shall be technical paper, the patent draft, or the PhD thesis. Following is the 8-point framework of research. 1. Literature review. 2. Opportunity identification. 3. Hypothesis formulation. 4. Solution analysis. 5. Solution design. 6. Solution implementation. 7. Hypothesis testing. 8. Documentation. Remember the popular saying from Albert Einstein. You have to learn the rules of the game. And then, you have to play better than anyone else. The game here is discovery-oriented research. So, learn the rules of research game. And then, you have to play better than anyone else to discover. So, happy researching.